See if Watson's there, talk to him, maybe get some input from him. I don't know, something like that. Might be worth investing. Oh, X the. Watson, my old chap.
Good gracious, you caught someone. At least now you have a suspect. Good gracious, you caught someone.
Brave Toby, the best nose in the British Empire. My analysis table, it is useful for my work.
Right.
This is where I keep my post.
Maybe go back to Scotland Yard. Come on. There's gotta be something
Mr. Holmes?
we're missing here.
At your service, Mr. Holmes. Mr. Holmes?
These are the suspects. A handkerchief. These abbreviations. To my friend, Dawson. I've seen this name before. Perhaps my archive holds the answer.
Let's go talk to him real quick. Maybe
Locked.
he does.
Locked. The police seized this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
The ring's date of engraving is many years ago. You would have been a child then, hardly in any position to receive such an item from a partner. So,
The ring is mine.
no, Mr. Nelligan. I believe that the ring had belonged to your father.
Oh, but how do you know?
The jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive fabric that only a man of exceptional wealth could afford. You do not seem to me to be a rich man, Mr. Nelligan. Furthermore, the garment is ill-fitting. It is quite clear that it belonged to someone else, most probably your father. With your father gone and taking with him the family's wealth, as a little boy you had to find yourself a manual job, and it was most probably cleaning fish. You cut your hands often while working. I can tell from the scars.
I'm speechless, Mr. Holmes. It all happened exactly as you say.
Well, I will see you soon, young man.
What am I doing here?
So you can keep saying that, but, you know. Oh yeah, what are we doing? We can just go straight to... I keep forgetting that. Keep forgetting that. Come on. Load up. You know you want to. There we go. We have an archive we can use.
My analysis
Wonder how this is gonna work.
That is not the one I need. That is not the one I need.
The Dawson and Nelgen Investment Fund, regional banking. I didn't even read the thing on the left. Oh.
Here it is. Now I begin to understand that young man's story, but I am still unclear as to what connects him with the murder. It is time to ask him.
Alright. Now we just go on back to Scotland Yard. We'll ask him about this and maybe... I don't know. Don't know really what to think about this. I'm a wee bit confused. So we'll ask him about the, I don't know. We'll see once we get in there.
I have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes. Joshua Nelligan was my father.
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believe that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress.
Maybe that Peter guy was his father?
Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection between Peter Carey and Joshua Nelligan's disappearance.
Maybe they're the same person.
What am I doing here?
Now, where would we... Maybe we go back to the Woodsman Lee, and he's got some logs and stuff, some books. Maybe that's what we're supposed to go. I do. Perhaps, I don't know. Find out soon enough, I suppose. Maybe, like I said, maybe it was his father. Maybe he found out it was his father and killed him. It could have been luck. Or, you know, just coincidence or whatever. I don't know. I suppose we'll find out soon enough. I don't know why I keep walking when we can run. I keep forgetting we can have a run button.
1883. That's the one I need. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn. This log notes for June. Nothing unusual. Log notes for July. Nothing special. Log notes for August. These pages have been torn away. Log notes for August. Canadian Pacific Railway, CPR. A torn piece from a bond certificate. I have seen this abbreviation somewhere very recently. There are 3 ways of discovering what happened in August of 1883 aboard the Sea Unicorn. The first 2 of these will require speaking with a dead man. The last would be to locate vital witnesses, the sailors involved in this whale hunt campaign.
Find the crew of the Sea Unicorn. Maybe she has something to say on this. After all, her husband was on the Sea Unicorn. So maybe she has something to say.
Who could do such a thing?
Or she could have nothing to say. Very possible. Guess we'll try this one. I don't know. What would be the thing to do? I just don't know. You!
What am I doing here? I've done nothing.
Perhaps we should check our archive. Seems to be about the thing to do. Seems to be about the thing to do. I tell you. Who could it be, though? Well, could it be any of the 2 people we've already come in contact with? I don't know. Suppose we'll find out soon enough. I suppose.
Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they're still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
And who might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang?
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything, and they are cunning. All they lack is organization. I'll summon them.
How will you do that?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him. Watson, I need Wiggins. Is he anywhere nearby?
He's right across the street. You can give him a sign from the window.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, because his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
Sailors? Easy. Just got to look where the rum and the red lights are.
Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Thank you. I'll be there shortly.
Okay. We have 2 more people to meet. Where's the dialogue at again? Ah. Scotland Yard. Talk to Lestrade. Only have 1 more person to meet, so we should be done with this case pretty soon, I'm guessing. We'll just have to decide who exactly... I like cutscene. Yay.
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see you.
As always, what happened?
We have a new suspect, Liam Hurtley. I'm thinking that this case will be resolved very quickly now.
Interesting. Pray tell.
Well, the constable that I left at Woodman's Lee noticed a suspicious individual prowling around during the night.
Do you have him here?
Yes. He refuses to speak with us, but we'll make him talk.
Let us hope so.
Ah, yes, and one more thing. The constable told me that at the time of his arrest, the fellow was writing a letter.
Do you have it?
Of course. It's in the evidence room, at your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, eh?
Breathtaking.